What's going on, supporters? It's John, and I'm back with another video update for you guys. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for those of you who are checking out our video updates on YouTube and who are just week in and week out praying for this ministry. We really appreciate you guys supporting us in that way, so thank you. Now, it looks like we've made it to the end of Term 3, and unfortunately things haven't progressed quite the way that we'd hoped. For those of you who might be watching this video in other states or maybe even in other countries, in short, due to the COVID lockdown, we haven't been able to teach any lessons. And the forecast for Term 4 is looking like it might be pretty similar to Term 3. And so if we are able to get in next term, it might not be till the very end of the term, end of the year. And so, look, Christine and myself, I'm just hoping that we can have at least one more lesson with our students before the year ends. Yeah, that abrupt cutoff in Term 2, it's not satisfying. And so we'd really like you guys to be praying for something like that to be made possible, just with the easing of restrictions. Now, there is a little bit to share. Generate, our scripture teaching organization, the umbrella that we all sit under, they've come up with an online portal for the Christian students to go and do online teaching, specifically for Term 4. And yeah, just pray that that's something that's able to be accessed by the students during this time. And I just want to think in particular about the students who aren't connected to a church community or youth group or anything like that, where their only access to the faith is through Scripture. Please pray for them that they're able to access this online portal and just get some time to do some reflective thought about their spiritual walk and where they sit with God and just their understanding and their beliefs. And so please pray that that can be a way that God can help convict them and access them through this portal. And so that's something to be lifting up in your prayers as well. Look, apart from that, there's really not too much more that's happened. So there aren't too many more updates. And so the thing that, Christine and myself are still, really concerned with, obviously would be our schools and the students in particular that we shared about in the last couple of updates that we had. And so if you missed out on that, or if you guys want a bit of a refresher and to get some more in-depth information about what we're sharing about, at the end of this video, I'll link on the sides both Christine's sharing about her schools and also my sharing about my schools, if that can help you guys direct your prayers a little bit more specifically. And so, yeah, in short, we really like to see our students again and would like them to be, being able to think about spiritual things in a time when there might not be a voice speaking into that in the house or from church. There was one other thing that I mentioned in the previous update, and that was about a former student of mine who was from Afghanistan that had reached out to me and asking for some prayers and support. So I'd appreciate if you guys could just pray for Afghanistan in general, and also for the students who might not even be part of SRE, but who are of Afghan descent and have family who are still in Afghanistan. Those would be some people to be praying for as well. And potentially, look, in future years to come, some of the people in Afghanistan who might make their way to Australia could end up in our schools. Not just our blast schools and the Bankstown area, but maybe even other areas. And so it would be just good to pray for God's provision for them in coming years, even if they don't end up becoming part of SRE at all. It would be great to just be praying for them and just, for their well-being and for their spiritual well-being also. So that's pretty much all there is to share in this video. As I always do, I'll leave a couple of slides up with some specific prayer points. I only leave it up for a couple of seconds, so I'll try to leave it up a bit longer this time. And I'll also link to my previous prayer points along with Christine's for the schools that we teach in to help those of you who might not be aware. So look, with that said, it's about time to bring this video to a close. So how about I put that slide up? I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next update.